We haven't talked about medical or recreational cannabis at all in this program, which would again be more sources of revenue that have nothing to do with taxes and are very popular.
Medical marijuana, you say, would be taxed?
Medical marijuana will generate jobs. It will generate. Does medical marijuana generate a ton of revenue? No, it's not a huge revenue producer. Is it revenue positive? Yes, and it's popular. It's passed the House, in fact, and so. You know, we can talk about some of the things that also generate revenue.
Okay, so a viewer from Mason County says, let's talk about medical cannabis. Is the House going to vote on House Bill 136? Is the Senate going to vote on medical cannabis? 90% of all Kentuckians support medical cannabis for sick people if their doctor recommends it. Senator Stivers, are you persuaded yet?
Well, let me step back just real briefly. Morgan McGarvey has now shown his true liberal credentials. Here we are with a $1.9 billion surplus, and he's still looking for more taxes. So I just give you that. There, you know, and Morgan and I have a great relationship, but there's a defining moment right there. As to medical marijuana, there's no way you tax medicines in this state. And for people who have suggested that, why have you not taxed any other type of maintenance med or anything else? To that extent on marijuana, medical marijuana, I've been clear. I think there is statistically significant indicators, because I read 20 studies, and those are the key buzzwords, that it can help in nausea suppression, helping you eat. Spasticity, that somebody has a seizure, it reduces the impact. Joint swelling. There are statistically significant indicators. That's not my terminology, that's the research assistants, or the investigators, I think is what they're called. But there's also well-known one, you know, Senator McGarvey talks about brain development. It is adverse to brain development if you're under 25. 2, you're more likely to a psychotic event if you have overexposure to THC. And 3, if you smoke it, it has 50% more carcinogens than tobacco does. So it becomes the process of how should it be used? And every study, because for years I'd say, here's all the studies they've given me. None. But they gave me 20. I read them all. Every one of them had the same conclusion: statistically significant indicators, but because the sample sizes were too small, the duration was too short, more study was needed.
And so you're saying no to a vote on a medical cannabis bill should it come from the House?
I don't see that anybody can sit here like a Johns Hopkins or the FDA or a group like that and say, this is the way it needs to be used. Nobody has been able to put that together. And we've seen, and I'll go back, I've been reading the Courier maybe too much. Some people need to read the articles about what's gone on in California with the black market of marijuana, where they've had the cartels get involved and that the violence has gone up. They found a person beheaded and people burned in their cars that were involved in this. It is not a panacea that people think it is, and go look at Colorado and California and see all the problems they're having right now.
But the people of Kentucky want it, right? Leader Jenkins and Leader McGarvey?
I think 90% of Kentuckians want med marijuana. Or medical cannabis, I guess I should say that, showing my age here. I think we have passed it out of the House once, if not twice, once. I think most of my caucus was a co-sponsor of it. I think the people want it.
And a Republican was the sponsor.
A Republican was the sponsor.